only way to
The following is a production of the Averett Sports Network.
Hello and welcome, Cougar Nation, to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. I'm joined here alongside me is Drew Wilson, our Sports Information Director here at Averett University. Drew, you ready to get the basketball season started?
Absolutely. We are ready to go here. Cougars ready to get things going. I was talking to a couple of the players this week and a couple of these coaching staff even as early as this morning. And I tell you what, they are chomping at the bit to get out there and play against another team. They played a few scrimmage games, but nothing's like playing the actual real game that counts. So I think they're ready to go. The Cougars a little banged up right now, but I think they still have good feeling about today.
Definitely some bumps and bruises early on in the season, a lot of practices, a lot of getting back in the routine and swing of things, so nothing too out of the ordinary for Cougars, but luckily nothing really significant has hit the Cougars as of yet, and hopefully it doesn't happen. A promising young team, Drew, and we bring back a freshman, Sam Chandler, that really lit up the USA South Conference last year. It's going to be an exciting path to see her sophomore season and how that unfolds for her after what she did in her freshman campaign.
Absolutely. Had a great freshman year last year. Second team all-conference, also named the All-State Rookie of the Year by the Virginia Sports Information Directors. Really probably should have been the USA South Rookie of the Year. I thought she got robbed on that one, but she's an excellent player, a good all-around player, and not only have the Cougars added some pieces around her to improve this team, the returners have gotten better, and get a couple of them back from injury this year as well, which I think will be huge for this team moving forward.
And you mentioned coming back from injury, Ariana Covington, an early starter last year, comes back returning after injury. She's looking to get back into the fold as a key reserve for this Cougars squad. And also today, one of the points of emphasis that I thought of coming into the game was, especially earlier in the year, you see the defense kind of ahead of the offense. And one of the things I look at with this Averett team is their interior defense. And today, no Yona Koski, as she is sidelined right now, but we expect to see her back. Onika Jones not in the starting lineup, but we'll see her play in the middle of the floor for the Cougars defense. It's going to be interesting to see how this young team blends and folds defensively early on, with the defense probably ahead of the offense, all things considering.
Yeah, and the other thing too, Matt, is with Yona out, with Onika, she should play today, but she missed almost all of last year with injuries, and so they really don't have a whole lot of, at least in today's game, go-to people that are natural post players. And we'll see how that mixes up. Going into this game, they're going to have to play really small for most of the game.
Yep.
And we'll have to see how that goes. But, they have been working. Ariana Covington, her freshman year, had to play a lot of the post because they weren't a very tall team. So she has some experience down in the post. Sam Chandler can take it down there. She can play big at times as well. She's not just the outside shooter that everybody sometimes thinks she is. So I think we'll see both of them kind of mix down in the paint a little bit and get some touches to offset the lack of height right now in the Cougars lineup.
And I think you hit the nail on the head with maybe going to Sam Moore low in the post. She's got some great ball handling skills. She's very good at protecting the turnover ratio and trying to limit those opportunities for the opposing defense and trying to protect the basketball. I look to her maybe to try to generate some offense in the post. But, Drew, it wouldn't be a Daily 7 pregame show if I didn't bring up some rules and regulations. We have some changes to the women's game this year. We're going from what it used to be, the 20-minute halves, to 4 10-minute quarters. Drew, you wanted to talk about that and bring us into that a little bit?
Yeah, they decided to change in the offseason, go to 4 quarters. Part of the reason behind that is at high school they play 4 quarters. In international and in WNBA, 4 quarters. So why not just go ahead and make college 4 quarters? Seemed to make sense. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for the players, for the coaches, and for us as personnel, running games. So a whole different type of scorebook that the official score does. I think the biggest thing is trying to figure out the strategies, because before, when you play a full half, 20 minutes straight, you got to think about when you're going to take your timeouts. Do you take them when your players are out of breath, and need a break? Now you get a little bit of break already into the game with those quarter breaks.
Built in with the quarter changes.
Yeah. So no more media timeouts on the women's side because of the quarter change. And I think we'll see how it plays into the strategy. Now you're probably going to see your starters out there for more minutes because they now have a break in between and don't have to come out while the game's still going on.
It definitely gives an opportunity for the coaches to keep their best personnel on the floor for the maximum amount of time they can. Really, the stamina of the player kind of determines how long they're on the floor in this setup. And it should generate more offense and more exciting play. And one of the rules that stuck out to me when I was looking this over the other night was the no more 1-and-1, and then the automatic, you can inbound it from wherever once the clock strikes 59.9 seconds at the end of a half. So that's in the second or the fourth quarter. At 59.9 seconds, you can choose after a timeout or a stoppage in play to move the ball from way in the backcourt up to the half court to try to generate more offense. I think that's a rule that's going to come into play and have a bigger effect than maybe some of these bigger rules, such as the full quarter changes. I think that rule can really change some things down in tight games and late game situations.
Absolutely, and the only way we're going to find out is actually see it in execution. And, we'll have to see how these first couple of games of the season go to really kind of see how big each rule impacts the game.
And with that, Drew, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups, and we'll give it to Jay, our PA announcer, as we go with our national anthem and get things running for you here. Our Daily 7 pregame show here on Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. I am joined by our Sports Information Director, Drew Wilson. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. We will be right back. And welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson, joined by Drew Wilson, our Sports Information Director here at Averett University. Danville, Virginia, the location here, the Grant Center, hosting the season opener between Southern Virginia and Averett University. And Drew, we talked in the pregame here, our Daily 7 pregame show, about the rule changes, some highlighted players. This is a matchup that we often see the Cougars open up with. Last year, Averett won in an 80-52 season opening contest at Southern Virginia. Of course, things change in college with a rotation of players, students coming in and out of programs. But today, I kind of expect to see more of the same. This is a very talented and young Averett squad with Alexis Rosia coming into the mix, jumping right into the starting lineup, her first collegiate game. There is some injuries on the Averett Cougars squad, but still an impressive feat nonetheless to jump right in. Sam Chandler, as we talked about in the pregame, so many accolades for a freshman season. Other returning starters for the Cougars, Jessica Myers, Ariana Covington. Joelle Deese got significant playing time last year. This is an Averett squad that I think really has an opportunity to take advantage of the day and get a nice victory and a great way to start the momentum of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You talked a little bit about Alexis Rosia. I watched her in a couple of the scrimmages and just in practice. She's a point guard that can score, and she can also dish the ball. And I think that's going to be huge for the Cougars, as you said, to take a little bit of pressure off Sam Chandler. Last year had Dre Burns, 4-year starter, point guard, more of a distributor and game manager than a scorer. So it's kind of a completely different look for the Cougars at point guard. And not that Dre was bad, she had a great 4 years. It's just different. And so I think that'll be one thing we'll have to look at here, is, see how Rosia impacts this team with her play. You got Covington coming back, missed all of last season after getting injured in the second game. But she scored a career high of 17 points against Southern Virginia to open the season last year. So I really think those players kind of join in the mix of everybody who played most of last year. We're going to see how they do things early in the season, but I really think this team has a lot of potential.
Definitely, and as you mentioned, it's going to be a great opportunity for really a guard-strong lineup to get a lot of reps and work in different players to see who works where and what role. And you mentioned the departure of Burns, a senior last year, 4-year starter, Andrea Burns, for the Cougars. Who's going to fill her role? I think it's going to be Jessica Myers, another tenured player here at Averett University with an opportunity to be that leader on the floor and, go about her business in a way that leads by example for the young Cougars and young starters on this squad. And looking to her, she's had plenty of moments here at Averett University. Look to her to have a few this season coming up, stepping into that elder senior citizen role, so to speak, in a college team environment where she kind of accepts that leadership role, really taking after Burns in that role where she was the senior last year and really the leader on and off the floor for a young Cougar squad.
Absolutely, and I think they looked at Jess to score last year, and she'll have to be one of those main scorers this year as well. And her defense is always pretty solid. She's so quick, and she's really deceptive at times because she can actually get a few blocks. Most people don't even think that they think they've got a wide open layup on a breakaway, and she's comes out of nowhere and swats it. So
definitely one of the leaders in hustle points.
Yeah. So I think that they'll look to that those hustle points this year as they go on.
That's right, Drew, and thank you for joining me, and thank you for joining us on Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson, the Dean of AU Sports. That was Drew Wilson, our Sports Information Director, and he was joining us for our Daily 7 pregame show. But now we're going to turn it over to Jay Stevens, our public address announcer here at the Grant Center in Danville, Virginia, where we give you our starting lineups and our national anthem.
Honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Yeah, it was unchecked. Wasn't supposed to do that. All right, we're good to go, sir.
And now, here's the starting lineups for today's game. First, the visiting Knights. At guard, a freshman from Redmond, Oregon, number 11, Shea Wilcox. At forward, a junior from Gainesville, Utah, number 22, Morgan Harbison. At forward, a freshman from Ione, California, number 23, Autumn Kramer. At guard, a freshman from Suffield, Connecticut, number 30, Meredith Ouellette.
My hands always start sweating before I start. Me too.
And at forward, the senior from Melrose, Colorado, number 31, Melissa McFarland. The assistant coaches for the Knights are Don Cromartie, Rebecca Mann, and Julie Bonner. The head coach is Heather Roberts. And now, today's starters for your Cougars of Averett University. At guard, a sophomore from Martinsville, North Carolina, number 10, Sam Chandler. At guard, a sophomore from Cary, North Carolina, number 11, Joelle Deese. At guard, a senior from out West Virginia, number 12, Jessica Myers. At guard, a junior from Martinsville, Virginia, number 14, Ariana Covington. And at guard, a freshman from Danville, South Carolina, number 21, Alexis Rosia. Head coach for University seen by Danville and Morgan. Fans at University, the USA South Conference, and NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials.
Welcome back to the Grant Center, Averett University, Danville, Virginia, the site as we get set to open up our season with the Southern Virginia University Knights here against the Averett University Cougars in some women's basketball. The first matchup of the season for the Cougars. They opened the season last year against the Knights at their place and took a 80-52 win home back to Danville. Let's look to see the Cougars try to open up the season in the same fashion as everybody likes to start their season with a W. Again, we had some rule changes as we get set to have our opening tip-off. 4 quarters, the first quarter getting set to get underway as Chandler tips it up back to Rosia, and here is our freshman point guard that we've heard so much about, Myers, back to Chandler and setting up the offense. And the foul will go on Larissa McFarland, her first. First foul of the season for the Knights. Down low to Myers for 2 off the glass. And Jessica Myers gets things started quickly with her first 2 points of the season. Here is McFarland at the top of the key, swings it around. That is Ulette, shot up, no good. Rebound to Chandler, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it will stay with the Knights with the possession arrow. So Sam Chandler, the Virginia State freshman of the year last year, not the USA South Rookie of the Year, catch and shoot, and drains it. That is Meredith Ulette for 3, giving the Knights a 1-point edge here in the early going. Chandler along the baseline goes up for 2 off the glass, making it look easy, finding her way to the basket, and gives Averett the 4-3 advantage. Here is the turnover. Deese bringing it up floor, got a 3-on-1, dishes it off to Covington, looking to drive as the defense trails, no good on the lay-in. Rebound goes to Hartvigsen. She brings it up the floor, defended by Rosia. Myers comes over to help. Along the baseline, turned over, here's Rosia. It's a 2-on-3 for the Cougars. Myers with Rosia and blocked, but a foul is called.
22.
That foul will go on Morgan Hartvigsen, the junior forward out of Utah. That is her first foul of the ball game. And Rosia has an opportunity for her first 2 points of her collegiate career. And the lefty knocks down the first one, make it 5-3. Averett the advantage. And the second of 2 falls. And the first 2 points of Rosia's career come from the free throw line as she transitions to defense. Hartvigsen just committed the foul. Trapped along the baseline. Ball will bounce out of bounds off the leg, I believe, of Deese. And it will stay with Southern Virginia University. On the inbound for Southern Virginia, Shea Wilcox trying to find somebody open, and it's Deese with the interception, and it's going to be a fast break opportunity for the Cougars. She goes up with the right hand and off the glass for 2 and a foul. That is the second foul on Hartvigsson. This one a costly one, as it gives Deese an opportunity from the free throw line after sinking the basket. So a good turnover leading to points for the Cougars as she knocks down the three-point play, giving the Cougars a 6-point advantage, 9-3 here in the early going. And that is going to be dribbled off the hand of Rosia, I believe. Inbound will come from SVU. Inbound goes to Kramer. And given back to Wilcox. Here comes the trap on the double team. Picks up the dribble, and it's stolen by Myers. And a quick opportunity for another transition basket as Jessica Myers puts it home on the break. Timeout, Southern Virginia. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout as we take a look at some of the numbers here in the early going. Jessica Myers knocks down her second basket, her second of the game. 4 points for her, both layups, giving the opportunity for the Cougars, all by steals. 4 steals for this Cougar defense. Deese, Myers, and Rosia each with a steal. Deese with 2 of them. All of those leading to some fast break opportunities. The Cougars in the early going, 4 of 5 shooting from the floor on those 4 steals. 1 assist. That one went to Covington. So 11-3 the advantage for the Cougars as we come out of the timeout. 7:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Bringing it up the floor for the Knights is Ouellette. Along the baseline for Wilcox. Ouellette now looking down low. Right hand high shot. Looked like it may have been blocked. It's going to be gathered by the Cougars. Outlet comes up to Rosia. Left-handed pass to Covington in the lane for 2. Very clean play by Rosia and Covington in transition. And here's the quick shot by Ouellette. The air ball goes out of bounds. It will be Averett basketball, and already Averett into double figures with their lead. Onika Jones set to come into the game for her first action of the season. Joelle Deese with a very active defensive first period for the Cougars will take a seat on the bench as Jessica Myers brings it up the floor for Averett. Covington swings it across the court to Chandler. Left hand in the lane for 2 off the glass. 15-3 your lead. Averett jumping out all over the Knights. Down low to Wilcox and out of bounds off her hands. It'll be another turnover for Southern Virginia. And Averett taking full advantage of all their opportunities. Already 5 turnovers for the Knights. Averett yet to turn it over. Cross court to Covington. Snags a tight pass and is fouled. That'll go on Meredith Ouellette, the freshman guard out of Connecticut. That'll bring Ariana Covington to the free throw line. And she knocks down the first one. 16-3 your lead now for the Cougars. Second one for Covington, no good. Rebound goes to Kramer. Shot from the arc, no good. It's been nothing doing for the Knights after they made their first three-pointer. Another shot from the top of the key. This one doesn't fall. Rebound knocked out of bounds. I think it will stay with Southern Virginia, and it will. It looked like it was off the hands of Chandler. Inbound. And off the head of Myers, stolen by Covington, and it looks like that dribble will go out of bounds, and then it will be back to Southern Virginia on the turnover. Averett, 6 of 7. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. We're back from a little bit of computer issues. As your score now here in the first quarter, 30-8, is Averett jumping all over the Southern Virginia Knights here in their home and season opener. Here is Rosia, left hand, no good, gets her own rebound. The left hand off the glass for two. The left-handed point guard, known for being able to score the basketball. She's definitely done that here today in the early going. 32-8 your score, 24-point margin for the Cougars. Down low and stolen by Joelle Deese. That's her third steal of the ball game. Shot no good, rebounded by Megan Ouellette. Brings it up the floor, high arcing pass, does not find her target. That is Wilcox, who loses the handle out of bounds. It'll stay Southern Virginia University basketball. 10 points off turnovers for the Cougars here in the early going. The ball hits the floor and covered up. It'll be a jump ball, the possession arrow with the Cougars, so it'll be Averett basketball. Inbound from Deese to Rosia, back to Deese, and Averett in the backcourt. Another rule change for you folks at home, a 10-second backcourt rule invoked now for the women's side of college basketball. This ball is turned over by J.T. Daniels, the freshman Cougar. Here is the shot by Wilcox, knocks down the three. Shea Wilcox, the catch and shoot from downtown. So your score, 32-11, a 21-point margin here in the early going. Still the first quarter. Here's Sam Chandler on the fast break. It'll be foul will go on J.T. Daniels down low. So the off-ball foul on the offensive end will be a turnover and Southern Virginia basketball. Here is Rosia defending Ouellette. Looking for the pass, finds it. This is Kramer. Dishes off and stolen by Deese. Pass up court to Rosia, and good with the left hand in transition. That was Amani Ajay trailing Rosia, but she decided to take it herself. 34-11 your score. And swatted out of bounds by Sam Chandler. Already 12 turnovers for the Knights of Southern Virginia. It'd be interesting to see how many of those are forced and how many of those are unforced. Nevertheless, 12 turnovers is doing the Cougars a lot of favors. A team that finished 8th in the USA South last year, projected to finish 7th, and this is stolen. This is Amani Ajay, and she comes up with the handle after almost losing it. Chandler cutting, and she will be sent to the free throw line, fouled by Autumn Kramer. That is the second foul on Kramer this afternoon. As the first one falls, 35-11 your score. And knocks down both of them, does Sam Chandler. So her first two free throws of the season fall through. And that gives the Cougars 7 of 9 shooting from the charity stripe. Very charitable this afternoon, as that one is thrown away by Shea Wilcox. 13th turnover for the Knights. Covington thought about throwing the fastball down the court. Thought of it as Chandler finds Daniels, who was home down low. A great pass from Chandler. And thrown away in the other end from Southern Virginia. So another turnover, the 14th of the first quarter for the Knights. Rosia gives it off to Covington. Finds Ajay. Chandler, who was cutting to the basket, takes contact and goes with the right hand off the glass for two. 15 on the game clock. The shot clock turned off. Here is Ouellette down low to Kramer. swung around. Here is Shea Wilcox back to Ulette. Kramer shoots, blocked by Daniels at the three-point line. And it will be Averett basketball. Smothering defense from the Cougars as the bench enjoyed the block. And it will be another foul on Autumn Kramer for the Southern Knights, her third of the game, and JT Daniels steps to the free throw line. No good on the first one. And the second free throw attempt by Daniels, no good. The shot was not taken in time by Southern Virginia. And that is where the first quarter will end. And again, I mean first quarter. Rule changes. There is no more 20-minute halves. It's 4 10-minute quarters here starting today. So at the end of one, 38-11, your Averett Cougars way out on top of the Southern Virginia Knights. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. We will be right back with more action here in the first half. And welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. We're set to bring you our second quarter of action here as the season opens for the women today here at Averett University. 38-11 your score here at the end of the first quarter. The Cougars way out on top here in this one right now. So Averett looking to keep up the momentum and continue their ways. Here is the inbound to Megan Ulette, defended by Alexis Rosia, who played all 10 minutes of the first quarter for the Cougars, the freshman point guard. Here is the catch-and-shoot opportunity for Alexis Scott. No good. Rebound goes to Autumn Kramer. Rebound this time goes to Joelle Deese. Here is Ariana Covington going to bring it up the floor for the Cougars. Rosia catches it along the three-point arc. Rebound goes to Chandler. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line for two shots. Some very good all-around play by the Cougars so far here to open the season. Sam Chandler not doing it all herself, but getting an even mix of her teammates involved as she knocks down the first free throw. 39-11 your score. Second one falls for Chandler as well. In their backcourt, here's the steal by Joelle Deese. Another steal for this Cougars squad as Alexis Rosia is looking to slow it down a little bit. A lot of fast break opportunities for the Cougars, fully taken advantage of. Into the corner for Chandler, thought about taking it, no. Here is Rosia, catch and shoot from three, no good. Rebound on the offensive end to Covington. Great play to box out on that long rebound attempt. Here is Rosia to Chandler, drives the lane with the right hand. It doesn't get any easier than that, just finds a way around the defenders. And an easy right-handed opportunity for Chandler. Ulette into the corner for Alexis Scott and sinks the jumper. First 2 points of the second quarter for the Knights of Southern Virginia University. Here's Chandler bringing it up with the right hand. Dishes it off to Myers, driving with the left and the right-handed up and under with the lay-in for two. Nice move from Myers. She can score in flashes, and this one is anticipated by Chandler. Stolen, an easy 2 off the glass in transition. And right now the Cougars have everything working in their favor, up 33 here in the early going of this second quarter. Down low and almost stolen again. This time another opportunity for 2. This time it falls for the Knights. Bringing up the floor, Myers into the paint. She was fouled on the pass. That'll go on Scott.
22, Morgan Hartson checks in for Southern.
23.
The inbound will go to Covington. Finds and rejected in the paint is Rosia. And stolen again by Covington. The right hand off the glass for 2. It's just turnover after turnover for Southern Virginia. And this one is thrown out of bounds. It'll go back to the Cougars. Up 33, 48 to 15 in the second. Here is Rosia bringing it up the floor, dishes it to Myers, crossing the half-court line, and Myers hits the floor. That foul will go on Alexis Scott. Inbound from Covington to Chandler. Trying to find somebody. She's double-teamed, gives it off to Rosia. Puts it on the floor, left hand in the lane. No good. Offensive rebound to Onika Jones off the glass for 2. That's the second time this afternoon she's been able to capitalize on the offensive rebound and put it home. Wilcox swinging it around. This is Alexis Scott. Takes the shot high. Jumper, no good. Rebound, fought for. Gathered again, and it will be a foul on Onika Jones. So the inbound for Southern Virginia. This is Shea Wilcox on the inbound pass. Going to find somebody, throws it deep, and this will be over the half-court line. Bringing it back for the Knights is Hartvigsen. Wilcox again on the inbound. McFarland back to Wilcox. Ouellette, no good on the tray. On that end of the floor. Covington set to inbound. Finds Chandler really quick on the inbound. Step back jumper, and can't knock it down. Offensive rebound. Gathered, no good on the putback attempt. That was DeQuilla Washington, the junior guard, on the offensive board for the Cougars. And into the paint, that is good. Larissa McFarland down low. 33-point margin for the Cougars. Onika Jones in transition after the basket for 2. A couple of baskets rather, coming off of the offensive glass and working those rebounds. That time out in transition, running the floors. Here is Ouellette, and stolen again. This is Covington. Gathers and no good, as that was some good defense by Hartvigsen. Timeout called on the floor for Southern Virginia. It'll be a full timeout, so with a full timeout, we're going to take a timeout. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson, and we will be right back with more second quarter action coming up right after this. And welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. We are bringing you live coverage of our second quarter of action here at Averett University's Grant Center in Danville, Virginia. As that one is swatted out of bounds, it'll go back to the Cougars. Your score, 52-17 here in the second period of this fine afternoon to open a basketball season. Myers crossing over, brings it across the half-court line, dishes off to Washington. Chandler finds a J. Here is Myers driving. Right-handed floater goes off the side of the backboard. That'll be recovered by Hartvigsen. Driving, goes right-handed, twisting behind the back with the shot. No good. Here is Myers out in transition. She's got Chandler trailing. Bounce pass to Chandler, left-handed, 2 off the glass for Sam Chandler. Great pass from Jessica Myers and great court vision from her to find the trailer. Catch and shoot from Ulette, no good. Rebound out long to a J. Here is Sam Chandler recovering the long pass and in transition picks up the dribble for 2. Some very, very quick transition points for the Cougars here in this season opener. Washington playing some tight defense. Here is Chandler in the paint defending. It'll be a travel, this one on Larissa McFarland. So another turnover for the Southern Virginia University Knights. And it has not been a kind Saturday for Southern Virginia. Already 22 turnovers here in less than 2 quarters of action, down 39. 39. Washington catch and shoot for 3, and it falls. Stolen again. This is a J. Chandler swatted around. A J came up with it, and Chandler's going to slow it down. Under 4 minutes to go here in the quarter. 59-17 your score. Averett firmly in command. Down low to Daniels for 2 off the glass. A great bounce pass by Sam Chandler, and the Cougars continue to pour it on. Here is Ulette. Jumper at the top of the key, no good. Rebound goes to Wilcox, moves around in the paint and finds a little lane to knock it home. It is 61-19 with 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the ballgame. Washington swings it around. Here is Chandler along the baseline. Cross-court pass to Myers. Catch and shoot opportunity for 3, and she puts it home. Looked like a 3. Foot was on the line, so it's a 2. 63-19. Myers has hit a couple of baskets here to get things rolling. Down low, jump shot no good. That was Segmiller on the shot. It'll be a timeout on the floor, Cougars. We're going to stay right here on Averett Sports Network. The 30-second timeout called by head coach Liz Hickey in her 5th season. The Cougars out on top 63-19. A 44-point lead for the Averett women here in their season opener, their home opener here in Danville, Virginia. Looking at it by the numbers, the Cougars have done a great job shooting the basketball, hitting 66% of their shots, and they've even done it from the free throw line close to 70% as a team. Forcing turnovers defensively has been the story for the Cougars. 23 turnovers for the Southern Virginia Knights have them stuck in reverse seemingly. 12 points off the bench for the Cougars. And a total of 34 points for the players on the floor right now for Averett. They are led, of course, by Sam Chandler, who has 18 and has been a stat sheet stuffer here in the early going. Swung around, catch and shoot opportunity, no good. Rebound gathered by Daniels, given to Myers, driving, fouled on her trip to the basket, trying to find a way through the lane, and she hit the ground hard, holding her knee a little bit, but she will get 2 shots from the free throw line if she's able to. She is staggering with that knee right now. Definitely hit the floor a little awkward and hard. We hope that she is okay and able to continue. It looks like we have a decision coming from Coach Hickey. And Myers really struggling to get off the floor. Got up quickly, but definitely pain in the knee started to set in. She is coming off the floor under her own power, always a good sign to see. This is Alexis Rosia who steps in to take her place, and she will get 2 shots from the free throw line. Here with 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the first half. The lefty can't find pay dirt on the first one, so she will get a second opportunity. Not much to worry about here for the Cougars in this situation. The second free throw falls for Rosia, so she starts her collegiate career 3 of 4 from the free throw line. First 2 points of her career came earlier today by way of free throws. Stolen back by Ouellette. Thrown down low to Wilcox, and she finds at home. She's been sticking around the basket down low. One of the shorter players on the floor, but doing the dirty work, finding a way to get easy baskets for this struggling Southern Virginia team. Loose ball. It was deflected out of the hands of Covington. That foul will go on JT Daniels. Only the second foul for the Cougars. That is the second for JT Daniels. That one falls for Southern Virginia. 64-23 your score. Averett firmly in control. Along the baseline, swung back. Rosia for 3, no good. Rebound out of bounds off the hands of Daniels. Joel Deese coming back on the floor for the Cougars. JT Daniels will go to the bench, and Southern Virginia will inbound. 4 assists for Sam Chandler in this one of the leaders in the game in every statistical category seemingly for the Cougars. Here is the gather by Ouellette, and she puts it home underneath the basket. So a little bit of a surge from Southern Virginia as this one is thrown away. So now the Cougars getting a little happy with the turnovers. Here is the inbound from Segmiller. Wilcox around the top of the key looking to drive, trying to find Hartvigsen baseline, but it will go out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Virginia.
Ball's knocked out of bounds, so the University retains possession.
Here is another foul. This one will go on Ariana Covington. Loose ball foul on the Cougars. Their third of the quarter. Here comes that lineup inbound play that we've seen Southern Virginia run for the second time now here in this ball game off the baseline inbound. This is going to be a foul on Covington again. Loose ball. That'll bring in Amani Ajay. So Covington now leads the Cougars with 3 fouls. This one turned over. Here is Rosia. Dishes off the pass. No good in transition. That was a great opportunity for Ajay, who can only smile running down floor, knowing she missed an easy one. And that one is lined up and knocked down by Megan Ouellette. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first half of this one. Second quarter action. Shot no good from Chandler. This is Haley Chandler, number 15. That one crashes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cougars. The shot hit the rim, so the shot clock will go away. We are under 30 seconds here in the second quarter. 21.3 remaining here in the first half. Inbounds, baseline to Ajay. Good. 66-28, under 15 seconds to go. here in the second quarter. Good screen for Ulette. Good block, but fouled. Alexis Rosia thought she had one clean there. Instead, it is her first foul of the afternoon. First foul shot no good from Ulette. Only 6.5 seconds remaining here in the first half. Deese looks to inbound. Does to Rosia. Has a couple of seconds to try to find somebody. 2 on the clock. 3 from Deese. No good off the backboard. What a good effort to try to put one home to finish the half. Your score at the end of the first half, 66-29. Averett Cougars firmly in control of this one here in the early going. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back with our Domino's Pizza halftime show where we'll break down all of your first half action in the first 2 quarters. So stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We will be right back after these commercials.
is located in Danville, 232.
Welcome back to our Averett Sports Network Domino's Pizza halftime show. My name is Matt Johnson. I am joined by Averett University Sports Information Director Drew Wilson, and we have had a great first half of action for you today to start our season. Averett on top of the Southern Virginia University Knights, 66-29 here after the first two quarters. Drew, it was a lot of what we talked about, a lot of strong defense, and really a lot of turnovers from Southern Virginia. 24 turnovers in the first two quarters. A lot of those were forced by the Cougars, but a lot of them weren't, but it was a healthy dose of everything, and a lot of Averett capitalizing on the opportunities that Southern Virginia gave them.
Yeah, talk about Averett. They really pressed hard, and their defensive pressure really did a good job of forcing those turnovers. Forced Southern Virginia to make 24 turnovers, 17 they got steals off of. So, but Matt, I think the most impressive thing is that they turned a lot of those steals off into points in transition, and the Cougars really did a good job of that, getting out in transition and taking advantage of that. And that's how they built that early lead.
And that's 100% right. You mentioned the points off turnovers. 29 of the 66 points for the Cougars in that first half were off turnovers. In all but 13 seconds of this game were led by Averett. That only counts that opening basket for Southern Virginia when they knocked down the three. And really from there on, it's been a straight shot for Averett. Won that first quarter 38-11. And really since then, it's been, as you said, forcing turnovers and capitalizing off those mistakes. Looking at the numbers, jumping real quick to, while I think about it, our Trophy and Science Center player of the half, Sam Chandler, 7 of 8 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 on offense, had 18 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, 0 turnovers, and when I looked at the stats online, it showed an efficiency rating of 26. So looking at those metrics as a stat nerd can only appreciate definitely beyond effective first half for Sam Chandler in this offense. So it hasn't just been on the defensive end, but we've seen it on the offensive end too, and not just from Sam Chandler.
Yeah, and the Cougars have done a good job. They've worked the paint. They really haven't had to shoot a whole lot of outside shots. In fact, 42 of their 66 points are in the paint. So they've done a good job getting the ball. Of course, a lot of that's in transition, easy layups. But they have worked the ball inside, and they've done a pretty solid job on the boards, especially offensive, 10 rebounds on the offensive boards.
And that's a misleading number. That's a misleading number for 22 rebounds. You include the 17 steals in that. You're taking shots away from Southern Virginia, and yet you're still winning the rebounding battle. That is beyond impressive if you're the Cougars, and definitely something to build on moving forward, especially when we get into conference play. These are the numbers that the Cougars need to put up to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Onika Jones, only played 7 minutes and had 5 rebounds and also 6 points. That's quality minutes there off your bench. Another person, Joelle Deese, only has 1 rebound, but she's got 4 steals. So this team is really doing a solid job all around on the defensive side of the court, and I think it's really showed why this game has been the way it has been.
Another reason it's been a little lopsided in the first half was we spoke about her in the pregame show, our Daily 7 pregame show. Alexis Rosia really has come out in no fear, no hesitation, no nothing for a freshman coming out in her first game. The second leading scorer in the first half for both teams, for the Cougars. Came out with 12 points, 4 of 10 from the floor, shooting 1 of 3 from downtown, hit 3 out of her 4 free throws, couple boards, couple of assists, and 4 steals. So she's come in and played very well, and really it's been an easy transition for her. Seemingly she's been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah, she's been pretty smooth. Had 1 turnover, just a bad pass, and she looked over to the bench and pointed to herself and was like, "That's my bad." She understands that she's going to have to limit her turnovers this season for this team to be successful, and she's done a pretty good job of it so far. I've been really impressed with her defensive pressure. She's been guarding the point guard most of the game for Southern Virginia, or whoever the main ball handler is on the possession, and she's really locked them down and really has caused some havoc there. and help force some of those turnovers.
And I really think her offensive game has really helped Sam Chandler come into her own and play a little more relaxed and keeping the pressure off her like we talked about in pregame. She's been the primary ball handler on offense, whereas it was Sam Chandler kind of doing all of everything last year for the Cougars, whether it was handling the ball, regarding their primary offensive threat or whatever have you be. It seemed like Sam Chandler was the go-to for it, and now it seems like there's more options around. One of the best players in the conference, so it's definitely an intriguing matchup right here to see the Cougars really kind of have an opportunity to do what they will and kind of play with the lineup a little bit, see what works, see what doesn't work, who fits where and what role and how they fit. So it's a good opportunity here for the Cougars today to try to figure things out for the rest of the season. Picked 7th in the preseason poll. This is definitely a team that doesn't look like they're on pace to finish 7th. They look like they're on pace to do a lot bigger things than that, but it's a young team and there's a lot to go coming up in the season.
Absolutely. You can't judge it by one game no matter what happens, and obviously the Cougars look pretty solid today, but they really need to just kind of build upon this. Don't get too cocky that, if they hold on to win this game big, don't get too cocky that you think, we can beat anybody. I mean, you want to have that mindset, but you also have to realize that you're going to face better teams in Southern Virginia. Not a knock against the Knights, but I think they know that they were confident they could come in and beat this Knights team because they beat them last year pretty big at their place. So, I think we're just going to have to see how they progress from here. Another thing to see in the second half is Jessica Myers. She got banged up there in the first half. Will she play? She's been out there kind of warming up
right now.
So, that's definitely a good sign for the Cougars because they're already banged up, as we mentioned in the pregame, so they can't really afford to lose any more bodies for the time being. And we'll see, if she'll give it a go here in the second half. The good thing is it's not a close ball game at the moment, so you really don't have to press the issue. And maybe they can keep her in just, for moments at a time and not have to worry about it if it's something that's bothering her.
And Jessica Myers is out on the floor warming up. We do not know the severity of her injury. It doesn't seem to be too bad. She's up and about, moving around, passing the basketball around to her teammates. Really haven't seen her or anybody really moving around too much, so can't really tell much from that. But this definitely the leadership role for her. It'd be tough to lose her, but at the same time, it's early on in the season. I don't think it is anything to be too concerning. And she's a tough customer. She's often driving to the basket, and very often she gets fouled hard. When she gets fouled, it seems like everybody in the building knows it because she drives to the basket with such force and effort in trying to get those layups and get as close as she can. I mean, she's going to take contact. I think it's part of her game, and I think she can handle it well.
Absolutely. She's a person who likes to use her quickness. Sometimes it seems like she's out of control, even if she's not. That's just the way she plays and gets by somebody and then gets a bump and then goes flying. So we'll have to see, as you said, we'll see how it goes here in the second half. But Cougars obviously look good start to their season here in the first half.
That's right, Drew, and that's where we'll leave it here for our Domino's Pizza halftime show. It's been a great first half of action here to start the season if you're an Averett Cougars fan. 66-29 your score here at halftime. 2 more quarters coming your way. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. He was Drew Wilson. He's our sports information director here at Averett University. We will be right back after these commercials, and we'll get right back to our second half of action. Stay with us on ASN. And welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson, and we are set to return to action here starting the third quarter. It is Southern Virginia with the possession. Megan Ouellette looking to drive in, stolen right away by Ariana Covington up the floor to Jessica Myers, who starts the second half for an easy 2. Myers back on the floor after injuring her right knee earlier in the game. She appears to be just fine. Along the baseline, here is Segmiller. Down low, stolen by Deese. Her 5th steal of the ball game. Had 4 in that first half. It's been turnover after turnover for this Knights squad as they look to turn it around. And shot from Myers, no good along the baseline. Still somehow got it off the glass. Here is Hartvigsen, defended by Rosia. Swung around, Segmiller defended by Chandler. Ouellette defended by Myers. Covington almost had a hand on the pass. Rebounded by Rosia. She throws it away under the basket. Caught by Ouellette on the pass. Catch and shoot opportunity for 3. And the first points for Southern Virginia come by way of the long ball. Myers behind the arc. Swings it to Rosia. Rosia, a point guard who can score, also left-handed. Chandler down low, no good, only her 2nd missed basket of the game. She's 7 of 9 here to start her season. But Rosia, definitely someone to watch, a freshman of intrigue for this Cougar squad. Here is Covington bringing it up the floor, a 2-on-2, drives right to the basket, past the defender with the right hand for 2 off the glass. 38-point lead for your Averett University Cougars. Catch and shoot from Hartvigsen, no good. That was Rosia on the rebound. Gives it up to Myers in transition. Gets it under control. Can't finish with the left hand. Loses the basketball. Gets it back on the turnover from Southern Virginia. Here is Rosia. And she's going to slow it down, 24 on the shot clock as it resets after the missed layup. Here is Covington, swings it into the corner for Deese, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound to Chandler on the offensive board. She gets close to the basket and off the glass for 2. Finds a way to get it done in the interior. Hartvigsen dribbles out, has it stolen away by Myers. Covington looking to press it up floor, almost used an arm bar, and this one will go out of bounds as both players hit the floor. It'll be a charge on Covington, so some nice defense for Southern Virginia. Here is Segmiller on the inbound. Instead, it's just a turnover. I thought it was a charging foul. Here is Wilcox, defended by Rosia, down low, and good. That is Autumn Kramer with the easy basket underneath. Chandler almost lost the handle, gets it back, dishes to Covington for 3, no good off the front rim. Rosia battling down low, gets the offensive board and sends it home for 2 with almost a falling hook shot. The point guard underneath the basket getting it done. Delay of game on the Cougars, but play continues. Here is Shea Wilcox, defended by Rosia. Has to find somebody, finds Segmiller, swings it around, stolen by Covington. And they're going to say she carried with it. And it'll be a turnover for the Cougars. They had 8 in the first half, compared to 24 for Southern Virginia. Almost video game-like numbers on the turnovers. 35 points off turnovers for the Cougars in this ball game. And that's going to be a foul on Covington, her 4th. Definitely frustrated with some of the officiating as far as the fouls being called on Covington. The junior missed the majority of last season, minus 2 games, the first 2 games of the season, injured her knee here in the home opener. Catch and shoot opportunity for Ouellette, and it falls. Ouellette's had a couple of shots fall here in the game. Rosia finds Washington, swung into the corner for Deese. Nice pass to Chandler, drives baseline in the lane, and an easy 2 off the glass. Sam Chandler getting it done for the Cougars. Give her 20 points in 19 minutes, 22 points, as that one is kept in bounds by Deese, and under the basket for 2 is Autumn Kramer. Shot from the corner, and it falls. Joelle Deese knocks it down, 79-39, up to a 40-point lead for your Averett Cougars. And this one hits the floor. It's going to be Rosia in transition, and she goes with the right hand for 2. Give the Averett Cougars 2 more, 42-point margin. Wilcox, defended by Rosia. Double team comes from Washington underneath the basket. This is Hartvigsen, recovered by Kramer and stolen. Ball on the floor, back to Kramer. And this one will be out of bounds. Wilcox couldn't corral it. And Onika Jones will come on to the floor for Sam Chandler. And Chandler, 22 points in just at 20 minutes. 9 of 11 from the floor. Her efficiency rating is an astounding 30. For all you metric heads out there, here is Washington looking for the screen from Deese, gets it, shoots behind the screen and knocks it down. Wilcox goes to her right, double team comes from Washington, and this one is going to be stolen. Amani Ajay to the basket for 2, will go to the line for 2 as that one does not fall. 84-39. Averett's running away with this one. 4 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Free throw does not go for Ajay, the freshman out of Salisbury, North Carolina, East Rowan High School. No good on either attempt. Rebound goes to Larissa McFarland, and she'll dish it off to Wilcox. Wilcox, the primary ball handler today for Southern Virginia. Ulette, no good on the shot. Rebound by Kramer, underneath, foul, and the basket. High off the backboard for Autumn Kramer. She gets it to fall as the foul will go on Joelle Deese, her first foul of the ball game. Kramer's three-point play attempt does not convert. Rebound goes to Southern Virginia. It'll be out of bounds off the hands of Rosia, and it will stay with Southern Virginia. So 26 on the shot clock, 4 minutes remaining here in your third period. Wilcox has it tipped away, recovered by the Cougars. Rosia trying to beat Southern Virginia to the punch, but instead it's recovered in a fresh shot clock for the Knights. 25 on their shot clock. Onika Jones comes out to defend Kramer in the key. And stolen by Deese. Great job reading the passing lanes all afternoon for the Cougars, as this time it's Southern Virginia handling the turnovers. And Onika Jones, that is going to be Dakota Washington down low with the foul in transition. Drew Wilson and I spoke earlier about really how it's going to be kind of a revolving door down low for the Cougars, with Yona Koski out for at least today to start the season. Lower body injury as the first free throw is converted. It's been a healthy dose of Onika Jones, Sam Chandler, Daquilla Washington, a lot of players rotating in and out down low for the Cougars. As that one falls too, that is Hartvigsen. Rosia crosses over between defenders. Wide open down low is Onika Jones for 2. Beautiful crossover from Alexis Rosia as she finds Onika Jones for the easy basket. Left hand no good underneath. It's going to be rebounded by Deese. Deese also has done a great job down low for the Cougars as she finds Rosia. The foul will go on Deese. So it'll stay with Southern Virginia, the possession arrow with the Cougars. Deese comes off the floor. Haley Chandler comes in. DeQuilla Washington comes off the floor. Sam Chandler enters for her. Chandler playing in the middle right now for the Cougars. Catch and shoot opportunity, no good from Hartvigsen. Here is Chandler going to bring it up the floor herself. Tries to get it under control, and instead she is fouled as she drives to the basket, and she will have an opportunity for 2 from the line. It's been a lot of up and down basketball here this afternoon. Chandler goes to the line for 2 free throws, knocks down her first one. She's now 5 of 5 from the charity stripe. 9 of 11 from the field. No good on that last free throw attempt. Give her 23 points, though, on the afternoon to lead all scorers. Swings it around. Ulett down low. It's going to be a foul on Onika Jones. Into the game is J.T. Daniels for Onika Jones. Another reserve kind of subbing in and out around that middle. The revolving door continues to go for the Cougars. It's been very effective here today, winning the rebound battle and playing some stout defense, as well as getting some points in transition off turnovers as that first free throw does not fall. It's been really the perfect storm against Southern Virginia, working for Averett University. Free throw good on the second attempt. Your score, 87-44 here in the third period. 2 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in that period. So Chandler looking to drive, kicks it back out. Shot from Ajay, no good. Long rebound goes to Hartvigsen, and she'll bring it up the floor herself. Rosia there defensively. Really been a pest all afternoon on the defensive end as well as the offensive end. Haley Chandler goes for the pump fake, resets on the jumper, no good. Offensive rebound goes to Hartvigsen, no good. Rebound to Daniels. Southern Virginia has struggled in a lot of facets of this ball game, where Averett just continues to see success. Here is Haley Chandler, gets the screen from Daniels, down low on the pick and roll, and off the glass, no good. A good move from J.T. Daniels, and a good job by Haley Chandler to find her down low. And in transition, that is going to be a basket for Larissa McFarland, making it a 41-point difference here in this one. Jessica Myers set to check back in. Here is Sam Chandler from downtown. No good on the catch and shoot jumper. Rosia down low to J.T. Daniels. Finds her, and that is going to be a foul down low on Southern Virginia. Meredith Ulett on the foul. J.T. Daniels to the free throw line. Misses on the first attempt. 0 for 3 from the line in this contest. Rosia in her first collegiate game already at 16 points, 5 steals, 3 assists. As the second free throw falls for Daniels. Ulett dishes it off. Kramer, no good. Rebound to Haley Chandler. And with the lead this big, you wonder if you'll see any more reserves in the fourth period. Here is a cross-court pass to Haley Chandler from Sam Chandler. Catch and shoot, no good. Rebound goes to McFarland. Bringing it up the floor is Shea Wilcox. Dishes off baseline. Has to get rid of it, and it goes out of bounds off the Cougars. It'll stay with Southern Virginia. 18 points in this one for Megan Ulett, the leading scorer for the Southern Virginia Knights. Second leading scorer in the ball game is Ulett. Knocked down quite a few three-pointers, 5 of 8 from downtown. This pass is going to go way across the back half-court line. 2 Cougars out to defend. That's Haley Chandler and Jessica Myers, who comes up with the steal. And now Averett's going to turn around, bring it the other direction. They've got a shot clock and about an 11-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Quick shot from Chandler, no good. Rebound goes to Ouellette. There are numbers for Southern Virginia. Nice tip pass in transition, and that is McFarland, who's there to send it home. Shot clock is turned off. 20 seconds to go here in the quarter. 88-48. Your score, Averett firmly in control. Cross-court pass, catch and shoot from a J, no good. Long rebounds, not going to be saved by JT Daniels. And we have a stoppage with 6.5 seconds to go. So here comes Southern Virginia with the inbound and an opportunity to put a quick score on the board before the fourth starts. And that is going to be a double dribble and a turnover for Southern Virginia as Averett has a chance for a catch and shoot opportunity. The inbound from Jessica Myers, looking for anyone, finds Sam Chandler, needs to get it off, does, no good on the attempt, but Averett will go into the fourth quarter with a 40-point lead. Your score, 88-48. Cougars in control of this one. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We will be right back with live fourth quarter action coming up after these commercials. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. As we start our fourth quarter with a three, it's 91-48. Averett University on top of Southern Virginia University. Megan Ouellette, catch and shoot opportunity from downtown, no good. Segmiller on the offensive rebound, no good. Blocked in the paint was Kramer, but it is going to be a foul on JT Daniels. That is Daniels' third foul of the ballgame. It's been an impressive showing for the Cougars here in their season and home opener. As we mentioned, up 43 here against a struggling Southern Virginia team. First free throw is no good from Kramer. Autumn Kramer, the freshman forward out of California. As the second one falls for her. Definitely getting introduced to some November weather down here in the southeast. Here is possession swung around. A J, Washington to Rosia. High shot from the left hand, no good. Rebound to Shea Wilcox as she makes her way across half court. Hartvigsen finds Wilcox down low. Catch and shoot opportunity for Kramer, no good. Segmiller on the rebound. This is a J who is fighting for it. It's going to be called a travel on a J, as they say she had the possession and walked. So it'll be Southern Virginia basketball underneath the basket. On the inbound, it will be Segmiller, I believe. Yes. And we've seen this before. All four players, except for the inbounder for Southern Virginia, lining up at half court and then spreading out as they come into the paint. This one is no good. It falls. For Southern Virginia, here is Rosia bringing it up the floor. 40-point margin for the Cougars here in the fourth quarter. Haley Chandler swings it across the court to Rosia, no good, high off the backboard. Washington for three, no good, also trying to bank it home. And here comes Wilcox in transition, dishes off to Larissa McFarland. Now down low to Autumn Kramer, no good off the back iron. And here comes Rosia looking to slow it down. Under 8.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Deese, jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Shea Wilcox. Dishes off, catch and shoot, and knocks it down. That is Hartvigsen. (91-54). Averett in control. Washington drives, left hand off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Segmiller, defended by JT Daniels, and she gets it back, steps back from the free throw line, and it falls from the line. JT Daniels finds a way to intercept the pass, and then put it home when the defense wasn't around, so a nice jump shot from her. 93-54, shot no good from McFarland. We have some substitutions coming in. It'll be Onika Jones coming into the game for Haley Chandler, and Sam Chandler coming in the game for D'Aquila Washington. And it'll be Rosia in the backcourt set to receive the inbound from Sam Chandler. Rosia looking to cross over. Pushes it, then calms it down. Onika Jones comes out, swings it around to Chandler, driving left hand, spins back, gets a screen from Jones, dishes off. JT Daniels down low to Onika Jones, blocked by Segmiller, looking to get it back. It'll be Southern Virginia basketball.
Ball's knocked out of bounds, and possession goes to the Knights.
Wilcox brings it up the floor. Rosia there defensively, crosses over and stolen by Rosia. Excuse me, that's going to be a foul. Second foul on Rosia. Shea Wilcox with the inbound goes to McFarland. Wilcox with the left hand picks up the dribble, dishes off, swung around. This is Ouellette looking down low for Segmiller. It will stay with Southern Virginia. Substitution coming in. This is D'Aquila Washington, who will substitute out JT Daniels. Shot from Ouellette, no good. Rebound goes to Onika Jones, and it will be foul on Segmiller. Under 7 minutes to go, 6:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The home stretch for this ball game. Rosia crosses over, dishes to Sam Chandler along the baseline, no good on the catch and shoot three. Rebound to Shea Wilcox. She'll bring it up the floor. Crosses over to the middle of the lane, swung around. Ouellette pump fakes, and she traveled. So another turnover on the Knights. We'll set them back yet again, 93-54. Your score in this one. 39 turnovers for Southern Virginia. Here's Joelle Deese along the baseline. No good on the jump shot. It'll be batted out of bounds. Looked like by Onika Jones, so it'll be Southern Virginia possession. 36 rebounds in the game for Averett, 44 for Southern Virginia. The turnovers, though, the difference. Here is the rebound for Sam Chandler. She's got numbers, going to heave it up court to Onika Jones, and almost an easy basket underneath, but some good defense there to apply the pressure on Jones. Wilcox with Rosia there defensively, kicks it to the corner, and a knockdown by Hartvigsen. 93-57. Your score now, 36-point advantage for the Cougars. Down low, blocked by Segmiller. She comes up with the steal. Hartvigsen dishes to Ouellette. Washington there, stepping in, baseline jumper, and Ouellette puts it home. The leading scorer for Southern Virginia. Give her 20 in the ball game. Washington finds Sam Chandler. Dishes it off. Rosia in the paint, spins to the strong left hand and off the glass for 2. And we have a timeout on the floor. Cougars with the full timeout. So your score is 95-59, 4 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in this one. Stay with us here on Averett Sports Network. We have a full timeout on the floor, but we'll be right back after these commercials. Stay with us on ASN. And welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. We are here bringing you live coverage of what's left of the fourth quarter here in the season and home opener for your Averett University Cougars women's basketball. Right now, the women in firm control of this one, 36-point margin here with the game dwindling down. Not much more for Southern Virginia to do here in this one, but try to put as many points on the board as they can. Down low, this is going to be McFarland for 2 off the glass. And Rosia set to bring it up the floor for your Cougars. Covington along the baseline to Chandler. Back to Covington at the top of the key behind the arc. Averett looking to kill some clock. Catch and shoot opportunity for Rosia, and she knocks down a 3. 98-61. Averett on top. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Virginia. Wilcox on the inbound. Gives off and gets it back. McFarland back to Wilcox, looking to drive underneath, and an easy 2 for Morgan Hartvigsen. Rosia gives it off to Covington. Crosses over to Sam Chandler, looking to drive. Goes up with the right hand on the left side, no good. Rebound to Daniels, and she finds pay dirt. And give the Cougars a 100 spot on the board, a 100-63 contest right now. Catch and shoot from Ouellette, no good. Rebound to Chandler, and she's got Ajay running the floor. Right hand off the glass for 2. Wilcox crosses half court. Under 3 minutes to play for the Cougars. Catch and shoot. Morgan Hartvigsen knocks down a 3. And it looks like it might be a case of too little, too late right now for Southern Virginia. Down 36. They're starting to knock down trays, but Averett still putting it in the basket themselves. Chandler, cross-court pass out of the hands of Rosia, so it'll be a turnover on that one. But under 3 minutes to go, I don't think Coach Hickey has too much to worry about in this one. (102-66) your mark, under 2.5 minutes to go. This one swung around. New entry into the ballgame, stolen by Deason Daniels. Here comes Ajay running the floor with Rosia. She can't find pay dirt. It'll be going the other direction. This is Wilcox, crosses over, swings it to Ouellette, gets it back to Wilcox on the give-and-go game. Here is Deese on the rebound, gets it to Covington. Covington running the floor. Ajay has it stolen. Long pass, McFarland, and she will get 2 and a foul. So an opportunity for a 3-point play as, again, the margin continues to close for the Averett Cougars, but their lead certainly insurmountable. Averett's scoring record for women's basketball, 106. That mark set in 1984. Averett today with 102 on the board.
14, 23, just reset.
So the 3-point play is converted. It's down to a 33-point lead for the Cougars, under 2 minutes to play. Surely Coach Hickey looking to just finish this game with some clean basketball and wrap this one up with no injuries and no turnovers. 102-69 your score. Averett. Here is Ajay, no good off the glass. Rebound goes to Southern Virginia. That is Katie Durant, the junior who got that rebound. Thrown away. It'll go in the backcourt. It was actually deflected. And that foul will go on Rosia. Inbounds and thrown away. It'll be Averett basketball.
Ball goes out of bounds and possession goes to the Cougars.
Rosia gives it off to Covington. JT Daniels out at the top of the key, swings it around. This is Deese. Drives, splits the defenders, but it's going to be a walk on Joelle Deese with 1 minute to go. Inbounds to Ouellette. Crosses half court. Defended by Rosia. Swings it around. Down low. This is Durant. Gives it up. Shot blocked from behind by Rosia. No good for Nicole Clark. Out of Peachtree, Georgia, the junior center. Inbound from Ouellette. Long pass, corralled. Down low to corralled by Durant, and she gets the shot up with a foul. So a 3-point play opportunity for her, as she has a chance to bring it to a 30-point deficit.
Fouls called on Joelle Deese. Durant at the line.
Katie Durant's free throw will fall.
And we do remind you at the conclusion of the game, we ask that you please keep off the basketball court. We appreciate your cooperation.
Here is Rosia, gives it up to Washington. Cross-court pass to Deese. She'll catch and shoot on a 3, and she knocks it down. And we will reset the game clock to 29 seconds. 105-72. Your score in this one. And almost stolen. It is stolen. Ajay. Quick pass, had it turned over. DeQuilla Washington says calm down. Averett looking to run out the clock. Washington with the left hand gives it up. Ajay can't knock it down. JT Daniels on the offensive glass goes up with it. No good. Turned over by Daniels. It'll be Southern Virginia on the inbound, and that should wrap this one up. Averett extremely close to setting a new offensive record, but they'll have to settle for just 105 as Ouellette heaves one up, no good from downtown, but it wouldn't have made any difference anyway. 33-point victory for your Averett Cougars to open the season. Southern Virginia University, no match for the Averett Cougars. 105-72 here in this one. My name is Matt Johnson. I will be joined by Drew Wilson here on our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We'll break down all of the action you just saw live here on ASN. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these commercials. And welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. I am joined now by Davin Wilson, part of our sports information staff here at Averett University in Danville, Virginia. A great day to open the basketball season, and not just because of the 105-72 victory, just a great day. Any day basketball is played, it's a good day in my book. But a 33-point win to start the season for the Cougars, definitely the start they wanted to the season. Davin, talk a little bit about what you saw today. I know Drew and I talked a lot about the freshman Alexis Rosia, and talking about the return of Sam Chancellor for her redshirt sophomore season, and a lot of this young build-up to this Cougars program, and it really all kind of culminated today with an early but very solid regular season victory.
Well, you're right, Matt. It was extremely solid, and Chandler and Rosia both just the two leading scorers tonight. Just looking at the stats, Chandler with 23 and then 7 total rebounds, and then Rosia with 21 total points and 7 total rebounds. So, pretty darn close to a double-double to open up the season. You can't go wrong with that right there.
No, and as you mentioned, Rosia, 21 points in the first game of her collegiate career. Definitely a strong showing from her. A point guard that can shoot it, but she also showed the ability to kind of slow it down, protect the basketball, and limit turnovers, as well as make the smart decisions on what passes to make, what passes to not make. And I think she showed a lot of maturity for a freshman coming right into a starting role and really getting a lot of the ball handling opportunity for this Cougars offense.
Well, she really did, and that's what you expect out of a point guard, ball handling skills and decision making. And I think she really stepped up on both ends of the ball, and like you said, she's got good vision, she's got awareness, and she knows when she needs to go hard and when she needs to slow it down a little bit.
And one of the players that we've seen through the years that's really kind of exemplified decision-making and knowing where to be in the right spot at the right time, that's Jessica Myers. She went down with an injury in the first half, looked like her right knee, but came back, started the second half, really didn't play much in the second half with a 40-point margin. That's kind of understandable, one of your senior leaders. But she showed that, in the second half she wasn't that injured. It wasn't a significant injury, and she was able to get back on the floor. Definitely a big win for the Cougars to avoid that loss of Jessica Myers.
I tell you it is, and I know when I saw her kind of start holding that knee a little bit, and especially the one that's had the brace on it, I got a little sick feeling in my stomach. So I'm glad that she was able to walk it off and get back in. And Jessica and Sam, the combination of those two last year, the leading scorer and Samantha, leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading assist,
blocks,
and then with Jessica finishing third on the team last year, I tell you that duo is going to be one to watch out for come all conference honors.
And definitely. And another person we saw step up, we mentioned a knee injury last year. Ariana Covington went down with a big knee injury in the home opener, the second game of the regular season, and really we didn't know what to expect from her today. And we saw somebody that appeared to be fully recovered, no fear, no hesitation, and able to step back into her role. And she really played a great game offensively and defensively and made a lot of key plays for this Cougars team.
Well, she did, and she looked very sharp in the scrimmage last week against Patrick Henry Community College. She looked good in the blue and white scrimmage the other day, even though that scrimmage was rather limited because of the already large number of injuries that the Cougars are facing right now. But Ariana is definitely a big part of this Cougars ball club, and you're right, Matt. She did have a great performance tonight.
And before we get into our player of the game, there's one other player I would definitely like to mention. Joelle Deese with a double-double on the game. 11 points and 10 steals. That's not the type of double-double you see very often, but a double-double nonetheless. And it just shows how these Averett Cougars have different players they can substitute in different roles, play different positions, and they still play efficiently offensively and defensively. And Joelle Deese is a perfect example of that. Playing in the backcourt, playing in the front court, doing different things, but still finding ways to be efficient and effective, whatever role she may be in.
Well, and you're right. Joelle coming in with 10 steals tonight. It seemed like every time the Cougars were on defense, her name was called, and it seemed like it was always S11 or something like that. So, Joelle definitely big force defensive wise today for Averett, and I think she will be throughout the whole entire season.
I agree, and really came on strong at the end of last year, really helped step in and solidify her own role with all that happened last year for the Cougars. We're going to go down to our Trophy and Sign Center player of the game, and Davin, I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, but I'm going to go with the obvious pick, and I'm going to take Sam Chandler, who played the typical game for her. I believe her efficiency rating for all us metric lovers out there in the stat world was it's not on our sheet, but I believe online it was showing a 30 efficiency efficiency rating, which is extremely good. Anything above 25 is considered outstanding. And she was at the 30 efficiency rating. She had only 1 turnover, which came late in the second half, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 of them in the offensive glass. And by the way, that was all supplementing 23 points to lead the game.
Well, Sam just really her vision on the outside of the perimeter. She can drive the ball in. She dishes the ball out well. She uses her physicality to get down there, grab boards, and then, get down. And she really directs this offense, she and Jessica Myers. So I have to agree with you. I also think Rosia should get an honorable mention tonight.
Oh, 100%.
Rosia just really stepping up. And, Matt, one of the things that I noticed today, their free throw shooting has improved so much since last season, and I think that would be clutch for the Cougars this season.
Definitely a big difference today. Chandler, as we mentioned, was 9 of 10 to open up the game shooting the basketball, but also 5 of 6 total for the game from the free throw line. That's getting there with quality and with quantity, and doing the quality end of it and knocking down those free throws and having the charity stripe actually be charitable as opposed to just missing those free opportunities. But really, as a team, they shot very well from the free throw line. A little bit of a dip in the second half, but total 12 of 21. Started the game 10 of 15 in the first half. That's where you want to be. Really, they were 6 of 8 when you look at where they were in the first half. So an efficient start to it, a little bit of a drop-off, but still better than where they were. And really, free throw shooting in college, it seems almost every team we talk about, free throws are the key because they can make or break you whether you make them or not. And that's one of the things with the young players, especially a young team like the Cougars, is can they knock those down? And tonight, this afternoon rather, they did. And Chandler was one of those. As you mentioned, Rosia, we talked quite a bit about her during the game, and Drew and I during the pregame and halftime show, was her taking the pressure off of Sam and really kind of controlling the offense in her way at the point, and having Sam kind of work more without the ball and find her ways to get open when using off-ball screens. And it really seemed to alleviate some pressure off of Sam, knowing that she doesn't have to do it all on her own. And it showed her kind of open up a little bit in the offense and do more than just control the game, find her shot, ISO a little bit. Really, it was a team effort, and I think it showed when you got that pressure off of Sam. It allowed everybody else to step into their roles. You have a primary ball handler, and you can also dish it off to Sam when you need her to control it. And really, Ariana Covington, Jessica Myers, all these players have the ability to take the pressure off, but I think, as you mentioned, with the addition of Alexis Rosia, I think it's going to be much more evident now.
I think it will be, and Matt, you're absolutely right. We saw all too often last year, people would focus in on Sam. They knew Sam was going to be the vocal point of this offense, and they would zone in on her. And I think with that extra, like as you said, extra relief that Rosia and Myers and Covington and all of them provide, I think that we will see Sam just kind of almost act kind of as a sleeper sometimes. And, they'll be so focused on covering all 5 of the girls out on the court that Sam might be able to sneak in, get a few more inside looks, and get a couple more open looks outside the perimeter.
Definitely something we're going to have to keep our eyes on as the season unfolds. Tomorrow, your Averett Cougars will be at Roanoke. That game, a 2 o'clock start, and then we'll be in Arlington, Virginia for tournament play, Messiah, and to be announced later on. But as we mentioned, tomorrow, November 15th, at Roanoke, definitely something to keep your eye on. These two teams familiar with each other, just as Southern Virginia and Averett were, and it's another thing, another stepping stone for the Cougars to use before they reach conference play later on in the season. So a lot to look forward to for this young Averett Cougar squad that we seem to talk about all the time in their youth and their potential, and it looks like, at least in this first game, that they've found a way to reach it at least on one afternoon, one Saturday here in November. But we'll see how that plays out heading into January.
Well, and you're right, and it's worth mentioning, they were 1 point away from the all-time scoring record, and I think they could have very well gotten it today, but Liz, being the classy coach that she is, just kind of sitting back, taking it easy, and you don't want to rub salt into an open wound.
That's right. And we mentioned that on air. I think once I mentioned it, that's when Averett started struggling getting the ball in the basket, just the curse of the broadcaster. But definitely, as you mentioned, Davin, 1 point away from setting the record or tying the record. It was set in 1984, the 106 mark. Finished today with 105 here in a 105-72 victory, a 33-point win for the Cougars. And my name is Matt Johnson. I'm joined here in our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show by Davin Wilson. Thank you so much for joining me on our postgame show, and thank you for joining us at home here on Averett Sports Network. We appreciate everything, and we'll bring you our broadcast coverage, as always, here at Averett University North Campus in Danville, Virginia. 105-72, your final score. The Cougars take this one from the Southern Virginia University Knights here in their home and season opener, starting the season 1-0 overall, and a lot to look forward to. Once again, as we mentioned, tomorrow they go to Roanoke. That game tips off at 2 p.m. Thank you for joining us on Averett Sports Network. We hope to see you when we come back.